Hello there. Live from the All Dog Network, worldwide alldognetwork.com, alldognetwork.com. It's the WooF Ditty show. Here we're coming live from the Southern California Center here, Pacific Standard Time, 7:30. Tonight we have a special night with the mini Schnauzer. That's our breed of the night, the mini Schnauzer. Now, I know some of you are probably watching the convention, and again, the dogs, you know, they're divided, but they're only divided by their names. They're either dogmocrats or dog publicans, but they don't know the difference. They're just dogs. They love everybody. No bias here. And tonight's mini Schnauzer night. You know, mini Schnauzer's kind of interesting pronunciation.
Miniature Schnauzer.
It's got miniature Schnauzer. Okay, hi, Debbie's here with us tonight. We're just trying to get organized here. We got a few things to deal with. One of the things that we talked about a couple of nights ago was the way that the breeders and the rescuers, okay, have different ways of looking at things, and we just want to point out again, though, if you can rescue a dog from a shelter, and do so. If you don't have a dog, or if you're looking for another one, that's just a good thing to do rather than go for a purebred, because there's so many that need homes. Just want to point that out. But tonight we have this guy. See him? That's the miniature Schnauzer, and there's different pictures. And we go through the pictures as we go through the show. How cute these little guys are. The Schnauzers. Yeah, they got the look there, okay? And it's good to see you, Debbie. We're looking for some more of our family to join us. I talked with our corporate director, the WooF driver, today, and he said that there's a lot of folks starting to sign up and become part of our family group on WooF's Gang, where you can post pictures of your dog and talk about, you know, your dog and who you are and about yourself, where you live and so forth, and anything you want to do with your dog, and just be part of the big dog family we're creating here on All Dog Network. My show's the WooF Ditty Show, and because we play we write little ditties about the breeds, and we play them kind of in fun. Robin's here. Benskin, good to see you. Hello. Glad you joined us. We have other shows through the All Dog Network. I always point those out before I start. We have the WooF News with Britt Savage out of Nashville. We have the dog counselor, Dean Miller, out of Nashville with dog counseling and how to help train and get behavioral issues with your dogs together, kind of like Caesar, the that guy. It's real popular. But we have just as much professional knowledge within our show as he does. And so you can tune in. There's no commercials, no politics when you watch us. You don't have to pay for the cable either. Just a little Wi-Fi. It's all good on Facebook, streaming live. If we get cut off, just by the way, for any reason, and we freeze up on you, don't go anywhere, please. I'll log right back on. It's just one of those connection things that happen. Nothing we have no control of that. My connection is real strong here in the studio, but it could be anything, you know, from Verizon. I'm with Verizon, or Cox Cable, whatever it is. So that's the way that works. Tonight, the Schnauzer, we'd like to point out certain things about these guys before we actually play the ditty. And tonight it's the
Miniature Schnauzer. Miniature Schnauzer.
That's who he is. He has other names which are unusual. You got Mini Schnauzer, or as she said,
Miniature Schnauzer.
And then we have a Zwerg Schnauzer. Zwerg. Zwerg, Z-W-E-R-G is like a German kind of thing, I guess, and a dwarf Schnauzer. These are three other names that you might hear along the way, but most of the time it's
Miniature Schnauzer.
yeah, that's who it is. He's a small but sturdy built dog. The body is square in proportion, and with a strong head and a rectangular in shape. As you can see there, the width of the head gets slightly smaller from the ears to the eyes. The muzzle is strong and ends rather bluntly, and his nose is black. Okay. The bite is scissors. The deep-set small eyes are dark brown in color. Can't see him quite there because of his hair. Ears are set high on the head and are often cropped to a point. I'm not sure if his are cropped. There's another guy, a nice little hair job there at the beauty parlor. Okay. When the ears are left natural, they are small and V-shaped, folding close to the head. The front legs are straight. The docked tail is set high and carried erect. Well, his doesn't look too docked to me. He looks undocked. Let's see if we can find one with docked tail. Most of we got faces tonight. Yeah, we have faces on these little guys tonight, but that's okay. Oh, we know the dock tail is chopped off. We won't talk about it. It's painful to talk about it. Tail is cropped just long enough and is seen over the back line of the dog. Note, it is illegal to crop or dock a dog's ears or tail in most parts of Europe. Thank you. Painful. The mini Schnauzer has a double coat. The outer coat is wiry and undercoat is soft. And the coat is clipped, so it has a bushy beard, as you can see, mustache sometimes, and eyebrows. Coat colors include black, white, salt, and pepper, black and silver. There's like a black and white guy there. Look at this guy. Them scissor chompers. Look at those babies. One will get hooked on him. There we go. And we'll be passing the pictures across to you as we go here. The temperament of the mini is intelligent. He's a smart guy. A lot of them are. Most of the small dogs are really smart. Dog ones, I mean, they all are. If you train them right, they're smarties. A loving, happy dog is energetic, playful, gets along well with children, okay, and likes to be with his people. Affectionate, keen. Debbie, so sweet and cute. Thank you for all your beautiful, sweet comments. I mean, it's so helpful for us and everybody else to see what people are feeling, you know, the love of these little dogs and how cute and sweet they are, because we know they are. It just makes us feel good. And hopefully that's why you're watching our show, too. I mean, we love doing the show because we just love our dogs. Socialize this breed well because it makes a good companion family pet. So you want to give him the proper leadership, you know, so he can get along with other dogs and so forth. He's very devoted and sweet, like you say. And he will not listen if his senses something stronger-minded than its owner. Owners need to be calm but firm, possessing a natural air of authority, which is a general rule as we've seen as we've gone through all our breeds. Same kind of thing is relevant with most dogs, which makes common sense again. You know, it'd be cool if our politicians had common sense. The dogs do. The dogmocrats and the dog publicans are the two parties of dogs, but they just know one party, the dog party of love. Okay? So that's their politics. These dogs do not have a yappy bark. Thank you. But rather they make sounds like a low, carried out howl of a voice. This breed makes a good watchdog and vermin hunter. You know, vermin's like, you know, stuff you don't want around your property. You don't want those vermins around. I love that name, vermin. It's easy to travel with the mini Schnauzer, okay? He's easy to travel. He likes to go. Most of them like to go with you, and he's small enough where he makes sense. Some can be reserved with strangers if the humans do not provide stability in their lives. But most love everyone. They mostly love everyone. There's no, unless somebody comes at them and scares them, you know, they love them. And they can cause a varying degree of behavioral problems. You don't want to let them get a small dog syndrome either, because the human-induced behaviors where the dog runs home or anything like that cause behavioral problems, including, but not limited to, separation anxiety. You know, when you leave them alone, they freak out. Being willful, nervous, barky, guarding, bold, sometimes temperamental, and not hesitating to attack much bigger dogs. So you don't want to let them get like that. And that's all how you treat them in behavioral training and the right kind of balanced training. He gets enough. You got to have enough mental and physical exercise, and we'll have a totally different personality. I mean, what I'm finding is when I talk to my dog Buster all the time, I talk to him just like he's another person all the time. It's like if you walk out of the bathroom. Say you took a shower, you walk out of the bathroom, you're going to get dressed. He's laying there on the bed or in his bed or on the bed, wherever you let him be, and he's looking up at you. And you just ignore him. Because you see him all the time. He's there with you. But you ignore him. You just go get dressed and you leave. And you don't say nothing. You don't even look at him. The difference between walking out of the bathroom, see him staring at you, eye to eye, and instead of before you do anything, you walk out and you go, hi, buddy. How you doing? You doing well? You pet him, give him a little massage on his third eye spot. It's good. I'm going to go out for a little while. I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to go out. I'll be back. I want you to stay here. I know you're not happy about that. And guard for me. And he just looks at you. And he might roll back over and put his head down and let you rub his tummy. That's the difference between staying connected, I think. Things like that. All the time. You're fixing to leave. You go say goodbye to him. Give him a hug. Give him a kiss. Tell him you love him. Tell him you're going out for a while. Talk to him. They understand what you're saying. Because then you do that, what you said. So you get to know what you mean. Just stuff like that. It's common sense, like you would your loved ones. I mean, anybody who leaves in the morning and doesn't say goodbye to their spouse, if they're married or whatever, or their girlfriend, boyfriend, give them a hug and a kiss, say have a safe day, drive safely, I'll see you later. Let's touch base during the daytime. And just leaves and shuts the door without even saying goodbye or anything. That doesn't feel good to you. Why would it feel good to your dog? So that's what we're talking about here. Just common sense. There's it's all about the people around them and how they're treated. Let's just get that clear. It's common sense. We don't have to drill that too much to know that. So if you have love in your heart for your dog, you shouldn't have any problems because you're going to be doing these things all the time. And as much as you can carry them with you when you go, Dad, it's even the better. So as soon as you become the true pack leader, dog's behavior will change for the better. And it can change even if you got a rescue and they were abused or they weren't paid attention to or whatever the case, and they're just not the way they need to be connected. You just keep working on it. Okay. And again, if you watch the dog counselor and Joseph Falcone's leadership in training, behavior, and all that stuff shows, and interact with these guys and ask them the same questions if you're having any issues whatsoever. I'm sure they'll verify these things we're talking about in general and then go into the specific needs you may have. Okay? We'll play a little ditty right now about the mini Schnauzer. This is Malcolm, the mini Schnauzer. He's quite a guy. And again, we're just having fun with this stuff. If we can get it to work, it would be nice.
Hey, Malcolm, the miniature Schnauzer is a German breed indeed.
Gentle breed indeed.
And of his leash, he can play for hours. Tweedledee, tweedledee.
Play for hours.
Oh, Malcolm, the miniature Schnauzer. His body is square and in proportion. An easy guy to travel with when in motion. Who's that now? Malcolm the miniature Schnauzer. Malcolm the miniature Schnauzer. Hey! Affectionate, keen, devoted, and docile. The miniature Schnauzer is never a hassle. Oh, Malcolm the miniature Schnauzer. Oh, Malcolm the miniature Schnauzer is a German breed indeed. And off his leash you can play for hours. I say twiddly, 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 twiddly dee. Malcolm the miniature Schnauzer.
Yeah, off his leash he can play for hours. So, you get a place where he doesn't have to be on leash, where he's contained, a nice yard or somewhere safe where he can't run off. He'll play for hours, Malcolm the miniature Schnauzer. Now the height is somewhere about 1 foot to 14 inches. And a weight somewhere between 10 to 15 pounds for these little guys. this is the subject part of the facts about the breeds that that kind of are on the herding side. When you talk about health problems they may have, very few have no health problems, but there's a few that written up that they say they basically don't have any major health problems unless it's freak. He's prone to liver disease, kidney stones, diabetes, skin orders, something called von Willebrand's disease, I'm not sure what that is, and cysts. I'll have to look that up. That's a new one on me. Von Will, W-I-L-L-E, brand, all one word, disease. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look that up. Also, hereditary eye problems, and he gains weight easily. So this is something in a lot of breeds and a lot of dogs in general. You don't want to overfeed him. If those instructions say this, and he eats all that, so many cups per day, spread out however you do it, just because he's begging for food or something, just don't let him keep eating unnecessarily so, because they'll do it. Some of them will do it, some won't. My dog Buster, he only eats about what he's supposed to eat, cups a day, and then if he comes in, he's hungry, give him a little bit more, but not much. And sometimes he'll eat it, sometimes he'll just leave it there. I thought he wanted to eat, but he didn't. So again, it's trial and error, but you know when you're feeding him too much. I mean, it's just obvious. Your bag of food goes away a lot faster than it should. Okay, let me look that up just because. Let's see what that says, just for kicks here. So we're talking about something and we know what we're talking about. Oh, there it is. Disease treatment. Let's see what it is first. Signs of it. It's a blood disease caused by a deficiency of a von Willebrand factor, an adhesive glycoprotein in the blood required for normal palate binding, i.e. clotting, at the sites of small blood vessel injuries. Okay, so there's a deficiency of that particular protein, glycoprotein in the blood. As far as symptoms and signs of something like that, to know that little schnauz may have that, it's been affected in both male and females. They have few symptoms, but they tend to recede with age. If they have a few benign, dogs with the mild to moderate forms of that disease may not be diagnosed for years and only after surgery and some traumatic tissue injury. So they'd have to have injury for that to really probably kick in, where they wouldn't clot right or whatever the case, from bites or being hit by a car. I don't know, think about that. Oh yeah, there's their thing. Blood and stool, prolonged bleeding from tail, docking, ear clot, bleeding from declaw removal. Bleeding, they'd be bleeding, because they're not, the blood's not coagulating properly. So that's what that is. They have a lack of that particular protein, and so forth. Okay. Right now, we're going to shift gears just a little bit, and we're going to talk about the WooF driver. And we do this each night because he's the producer of all these great shows. You see his logo behind me, if you can see. It's a husky on his beautiful triangular, colorful logo, WooF driver. And that represents his pack. He has 4 of these beautiful guys, 1 girl, 3 guys, and he takes them out on these adventures that are incredible. Britt Savage was talking about it on her news show today, but same thing, how magnificent and amazing it is. So, in order to see what he does, he has videos posted all over woofdriver.com, alldognetwork.com, wooftunes.com, wooftunes, WooF, WOOFTUNES.com, where all these songs about dogs and adventures are posted, and videos. So you just kind of start clicking and listening to stuff and seeing stuff. Okay, that's these sites you want to refer to, and just start getting familiar with WooF Driver and what he does. And he's the one who loves dogs so much. Pretty much his whole life is devoted to what he does with his huskies. Okay, now I'm going to play a couple of tunes that we produced. What the deal was that the WooF Driver, he came up with all these lyrics and great positive thoughts about life and dogs and so forth, and adventures and places and things. And he says, Bucky, can you guys, we created the WooF Play Band, which is a group of musicians and writers and singers, and put out his words into these different songs of all kinds of genres. And we sample some of them each night. We just go ahead and play some of them. We got some parodies. We got most of them are originals, and by different singers, male, females, all over the place. So right now, we're going to go ahead and feature one. And this is called All Dogs Are Winners. Okay, I want you to check this out. Dogs are winners. There's a little baby there. Hi, Betsy. The kids are watching. It's so cool. Many schnauzers tonight.
Everybody, comforting our souls, fly with them through heaven, wrapped in their spells. WooF driver's lifestyle, can you feel it? They change this world with their endless wheel. Running dogs and they love fascinate me. They can run forever, it's their way. They love holding, pushing you. It's their fun, they're all winners. All dogs are winners.
All dogs are winners.
Oh yeah, they're all winners. All dogs are winners. Oh yeah. They love everybody, comforting our souls, fly with them through heaven, wrapped in their spells. WooF driver's lifestyle, can you feel it? They change this world with their endless wheel. Running dogs and the love fascinates me. They can run forever, it's their way. They love holding much of you. It's their fun, they're all winners. All dogs are winners. Oh yeah, they're all winners. All dogs are winners. Oh yeah, dogs are winners. Ah yeah, yeah, winners.
Hi, Betsy. You see the adventures of the WooF driver right there with the pack. on adventures. There they are. There's the WooF driver. There's Zorro. He's the only one that's not all white. Princess and Jag and Czar. And that cart he's on is called a Sacco cart, okay? It's called a Sacco cart. And they're hand-built. We call them all-dog vehicles, ADV. And it's just fascinating stuff. And, you know, one of the things that the WooF driver does, he goes out on these adventures like almost 5 days a week or 5 nights a week. And he does the night mushing. That's mushing, what they call mushing, your huskies. You know, if it's in the winter, it's in the snow. You know, like up in Canada and Alaska and stuff. But he has snow where he is. And that's summertime, fall time. Just the beautiful trails and countrysides around the whole Maryland, West Virginia countryside. It goes all up to Washington, D.C. and Baltimore and all that whole area there. It's gorgeous. And these dogs are just in great shape. You saw them, how cute they are. Okay, we're going to be getting to know the WooF driver even more, even though this is the WooF Ditty show about breeds, because his stuff is just the core of this thing that's just so interesting, you know, in regards to how he does these activities and with these devices and these machines and his pit crew that goes with him on all these things that are taking those pictures and helping him if they break down and just all these things. So we're going to get to know it more. It's more and more fascinating the more you see it. It's like a Disneyland with the dogs here. So we're glad that Debbie's still with us. Robin, I hope you're there. Betsy, you're there. And Betsy says her kids are loving all of his adventures. So apparently you've explored his videos and so forth. You just have to search WooF driver on Google, and you'll come up to all the different sites and where to go, and you'll see all his stuff and YouTube stuff. It's all over the place. Makes it easy to get to it and watch it and just have fun with it. I remember when he told me that he was able to get a camera as a drone camera, okay, that would actually, the camera's up on a drone and controlling, remote control a camera, so they could take shots of them from the top, not just from behind. So you see some of that stuff, how those shots are taken. All this technology he's using, he's just very creative guy, okay, all about the dogs. Not about him, it's about the dogs. He's just the guy doing it, okay? So if the dogs weren't there, there would be nothing to do. The love of the dogs. Again, wake up in the morning, love your dog. So that was one of the tunes called All Dogs Are Winners. I'm going to go back to our Schnauzer right now, this guy. That's our breed of the night. Yeah, I'm going to just switch the camera for 1 minute, okay? If it'll do it. Look at this guy. How cute is that? She's obviously ready to go downtown Hollywood, Beverly Hills, and go shopping on Rodeo Avenue. That's a little mini Schnauzer, okay? This is what we got going tonight, okay? And on the All Dog Network and on the streaming WooF Driver Facebook channel. Get a little bit more information here on this guy. Well, we talked about the weight and the height, yeah. About 1 foot, 14 inches, whatever. Life expectancy, about 15 years. Okay, that's a little more than most of them. Okay, and it really doesn't show any aging, this breed, until quite late in life. They look cute and you know, like they're youngsters for whatever reason. The litter size is 3 to 6 puppies per litter. Okay. Versus my big Buster, who's half shepherd and half boxer, his litter that he came from when we rescued him, there was 12 of them. He was actually the last one of the 12. We happened to grab him. We were lucky. We're so lucky to have him. He's such a cool guy. The wiry coat that you see there, you know, in those pictures, looks wiry. It's not really hard to groom, although it does need attention. So You know, you want to comb and brush daily with a short wire brush, basically, to prevent the matting thing, you know. That's one of the things that occurs if you don't take care of them. Any mats up here should be cut out if they get to where you can't get them out without hurt, you know, pulling them. Just go ahead and out of here. They'll grow back. Do it not too short, but you don't get the mat out. They should be clipped all over to an even length twice a year. That's what they recommend from your groomer there, which would be in the spring and the fall. That's what they recommend. Because and trim around the eyes and ears with a blunt nose scissors, and clean the whiskers after meals. They'll get the food in there. You want to clean them, get them clean. Yeah, keep clean like you do yourself. You know. On pets, the coat is usually short clipped on the upper body and somewhat left longer on the underparts, legs, and head. I'm trying to get a picture of one that may be the case here. It's kind of like that. As you can see, the legs are a little fuller and the body's shorter. Something like that. The breed sheds a little to no hair, and it's a good dog for allergy sufferers, because you're not going to get all the dog hair in your house and have to have your little machine running all the time. There's a little cutie pie right there, kind of a slate and white, little black nose, adorable right there. If you saw this guy at the kennel, you'd grab him. He wouldn't be there long, would he? Okay, little mini Schnauzer. The origin of the Schnauzer is German. It's a German breed. During the years around the turn of the century, both smooth German Pinscher and a coarse-haired Schnauzer pups appeared in the same litter. A German Pinscher Schnauzer club initiated a policy requiring proof of 3 generations of pure coarse-haired Schnauzer coats for registration. So they had to be looked at back 3 generations to make sure they were the right to register. I mean, they got these great rules when it comes to, you know, the breed thing. The Schnauzers were given the name Standard Schnauzer. Miniature Schnauzers were developed by crossing small Standard Schnauzers, that's a tongue twister, with an Affen Pinscher and possibly the Poodle. The Schnauzer name derived the German word Schnauz, which means muzzle. Schnauz, got a schnauz, Schnauzer. It was used as a ratter and still retains the ability and is mostly a companion dog today. Most of the Schnauzer's talents include hunting, tracking, ratter, watchdog, competitive obedience, and performing tricks. It's in the group of terriers, according to the American Kennel Club Terrier. Okay? And that's pretty much the facts and figures on this little guy tonight. Okay? Now it's time for some more fun with music. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and play some more Wolf Driver stuff. This one, okay, this is called I'm Wolf Driver, We Are Rolling. So when he takes off with these dogs, they're rolling, okay? That's what they're doing. Check it out. If your dog's with you, maybe they'll relax to this. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Mini Schnauzer.
Came upon this life of dogs. We go marching down the road. People ask us, where are we going? This I tell.
A familiar melody there from a song.
We are going
WooF pack to Woodstock there.
I'm with driver. We are rolling, and I've got to let the wolf back run the Did you know they'll roll beside you? This is how they do their haul. You know the wolf pack are the sled dogs and burden to go round and round. And when it's the right time of year, you'll see this right up canine and man, and you'll know how they sail and know their life's always yearning. I'm with driver. We are rolling, and I've got to let the wolf back run the By the time they got their miles on the clock, they still feel willing and strong. And even though they just booked mega miles, need more's the revelation. And they'll dream of the haul as they slobber. They're not riding shotgun on this drive, as they'll be turning into sleepy eyes on arrival. They're wasted. I'm wolf driver. We are rolling, wolf back touring. There's no lulling when we're done, they'll be snoring. And I've got to keep the pups forever
Now we can see that that's obviously sped up for your entertainment, but when, like she says, when they're done, they'll be snoring, all right? But that's the kind of activity that the WooF driver does. Just amazing stuff. And these guys have stamina. I mean, they go for miles without stopping. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's the health and the conditioning of these huskies, the pack, the WooF pack, the WooF pack. I just think it's amazing. And that was a cool one. That was by the time we got to Woodstock, kind of taken off on there. If you guys were around in 1969 when all this stuff happened. Just great stuff. Just great stuff. It's great stuff. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play one here from our roster about being a midnight musher. Now, this is where WooF driver goes out at night, okay, and they have night vision goggles, and they go out actually late night, and they're out on the trails at night with lights, and they can see, it's like driving your car at night, but you're taking your dog pack out on these ADV, these all-dog vehicles, sackle carts they call them. They're hooked up. And they're hooked up, well, you see them running next to the carts with what they call a springer, a bike springer. We mentioned this last night instead of going through the whole dissertation on here on the show about the bike springer, because we've covered it, and we will come back to it and show the video of it on the show. But in the meantime, it's easy to just go Google bike springer, and there's at least one YouTube video of demonstration of a bike springer and why you might want to get one to exercise and go out and run your dogs rather than just take them on a leash and walk or run or whatever you do. They have to be on leash. They have to be connected. It's very safe, totally safe. I've been using it with my little Buster since he was 12 weeks old. Introduced it to it. The WooF driver turned me on to it, and I had never heard of it. And it's saved my life because my dog has so much energy. He just doesn't want to walk. I mean, you can teach him to heel and he'll do it, but he's not digging just top walking normal pace, even running a little bit. I mean, I can't run that far with